Welcome all of you. In this video lecture, we will going to understand about mitosis. Mitosis is a type of cell division in which the parent cell splits up or divides into two daughter cells having the same number of chromosomes as that of the parent cell. It takes place in somatic cells. Growth and development of every organism depends in large part on the multiplication, enlargement, and differentiation of its cells, beginning with the zygote. Most sexually reproducing forms also depend directly on cell division for the formation of sex cells or gametes. Division of nucleate cells consists of two distinct but integrated activities, that is, nuclear division or karyokinesis and cytoplasmic division or cytokinesis. In general, cytokinesis begins after nuclear division is well underway, but in many instances, it may be deferred or entirely lacking. For example, the early steps of cleavage of insect eggs include only karyokinesis. The cytokinesis occurs at a much later stage. Two types of nuclear division, that is mitosis and meiosis, are the characteristic of most animal cells. Mitosis is regularly associated with nuclear division of somatic cells, while meiosis occurs in conjunction with the formation of reproductive cells in sexually reproducing cells. In this video lecture, we will focus on the steps of mitosis. See, in the previous video, I have told you or taught you that generally cell division consists of two phases, interphase and mitotic phase. In the interphase, there occurs G1 phase, S phase, and G2 phase. In G1 phase, the cell grows in size. In S phase, the genome is replicated. In G2 phase, it prepares for the further division and it manufactures all the substances which are needed in the cell cycle. These phases are known as interphase together, and it is the longer or larger phase of the cell cycle. After that, cell enters in the mitotic phase or M phase. Mitosis starts at the culmination point of the interphase. It is a short period of chromosome condensation, segregation, and cytoplasmic division. Mitosis is important for growth, for replacement of cells lost due to natural friction and wear and tear, and for wound healing. It is especially rapid during the early development of the organism. Then it slows down with the age. Let us understand the various steps or stages of mitosis. Mitosis generally comprises of two steps. The first one is karyokinesis and the second one is cytokinesis. And karyokinesis involves four phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Let us understand each of them one by one. Prophase, the first phase. The appearance of the thin thread-like condensing chromosome marks the beginning of mitosis. At the same time, the cell becomes spheroid, more refractile and viscous. Each prophase chromosome is composed of two coiled filaments, the chromatids, which are a result of replication of DNA and synthesis of histones during the S phase. As prophase progresses, the chromatids become shorter and thicker, as you can see in the figure. As prophase progresses from interphase to prophase, the chromosomes become shorter and thicker, and the two sister chromatids of each chromosome are held together by the sister chromatids are held together by a structure known as primary construction or centromere. The centromere of each sister chromatids include a kinetochore, to which about here around the centromere lies the kinetochore. It is a proteinous structure to which 34 microtubules of the spindles are attached. Kinetochores appears to be organized in prophase only after chromosomes contraction has taken place. During early prophase, as you can see in the figure, the chromosomes are evenly distributed in the nuclear cavity. See, these are evenly distributed in the nuclear cavity. As prophase progresses, the chromosome approaches the nuclear envelope. Okay? All the chromosomes are approaching towards the nuclear envelope, causing the space of nucleus to fill up, and during prophase, the nucleus gradually disintegrates. In the cytoplasm, the most conspicuous change is the formation of spindle or mitotic apparatus. In the late prophase, you can see in the figure that spindle fibers are arising from the centrioles. Each one surrounded by the so-called aster, composed of microtubules that radiate in all directions. The two pairs of centrioles migrate to opposite poles. You can see in the figure, these are migrating towards the opposite poles and remain situated until the cell division occurs. The centrioles remains connected by numerous longitudinal microtubules, collectively forming the spindle. The spindle tubules elongate as the centrioles move apart. The spindle uh, is made up of three types of fibers: chromosomal fibers or kinetochoric fibers, which extends from one pole to the other to each kinetochore to which they are attached. The second one is continuous or polar fibers, which extends pole to pole or centriole to centriole. See, this one is attaching from pole to pole, so this one is polar fiber, and this one which will attach to the kinetochore are known as kinetochoric fibers, and the third one is interzonal fiber or free fiber, which are formed between the daughter chromosomes and nuclei during anaphase and telophase. Okay, dissolution of the nuclear envelope marks the end of prophase. See, prophase is marked by the dissolution, complete dissolution of the nuclear envelope, and it enters in the next phase known as metaphase. Metaphase. During metaphase, the chromosomes are shortest and thickest. Their centromeres occupy the plane of the equator of the mitotic apparatus, a region known as equatorial or metaphase plate. Although the chromosomes arms may extend in directions, at this stage the sister chromatids are still held together by connecting chromatin fibers at the centromere region. Electron microscopy shows that the kinetochores of the two sister chromatids face opposite poles. This would permit proper separation in the next phase, that is anaphase. So, in the metaphase, it is characterized by the alignment of chromosome at the equatorial plate. Now comes the anaphase, and it is again divided into early and late anaphase parts. Anaphase, at anaphase, the equilibrium of forces that characterizes metaphase is broken by the separation of kinetochores, a process that is carried out simultaneously in all the chromosomes. The kinetochores moves apart and the chromatids separate and begin their migration towards the poles. See, they are migrating towards the poles. They start migrating towards the poles. The kinetochores always heads or always leads the rest of the chromatids or daughter chromosomes. The kinetochore is facing towards the centrioles. Okay. During anaphase, the microtubules of the chromosomal spindle fiber shortens 1/3 or 1/5 of the original length. Simultaneously, the microtubules of the continuous spindle fiber increases in length. Mark the word. The microtubules of continuous spindle fibers increases in length. And what are continuous spindle fiber? These are the polar fibers. Okay. Some of these stretched spindle fibers now constitute the so-called interzonal fibers. After that, the cell enters in the next stage known as telophase. Telo means end. So the end of the polar migration of the daughter chromosomes marks the beginning of the telophase. It is in turn terminated by the reorganization of two nuclei and the entry into the G1 stage of interphase. So in this phase, nucleus tends to reappear. See, nucleus tends to reappear and centriole starts disappearing telomere in the telophase. New nuclear membranes are constructed from the materials that may be remnants of the original membrane or derived from the endoplasmic reticulum. The mitotic apparatus, except the centrioles, it disappears. High viscosity of the cytoplasm decreases. The nucleoli are reformed at the nucleolar organizing sites of the specific chromosomes, and chromosomes resume their long, slender, and extended form as their coils relaxes. So, ultimately, karyokinesis has taken place. After that, a furrow will develop in animal cells, and in plant cell, a cell plate will form. The furrow invaginates inside, and ultimately it leads to the cleavage of the cell and separation of the cell into two parts. This is known as cytokinesis. If cytokinesis or cytoplasmic division occurs, the process takes place during telophase. When an egg or a cell divides, a constriction appears in the cell surface, usually perpendicular to the spindle axis, which deepens into a furrow and slowly cuts the cell into two daughter cells. In this way, one cell divides into two daughter cells. So mitosis is a very important process which not only helps in the formation of daughter cells from the parent cell, but also helps in several biological activities. I hope you understood something about mitosis. Thank you very much for listening.